Adjunct Professor Olivetti here with an introduction to some of the key terms and concepts that we'll be using in Theology 220, Faith and Revelation. The first term is revelation, which means that which is revealed or made known. Just like you might say that someone revealed something about themselves to you, right? They shared something about themselves to you or made known something about themselves to you. In this class, we'll be focusing primarily on revelation of the transcendent reality. So what is the transcendent reality? Transcendent reality is an unseen or unmanifest reality. It's not something that we can sense with the five senses. It's something else. We can't see it, taste it, smell it, hear it, or feel it. It's what people are talking about when they talk about spiritual things or God, or in philosophical circles, sometimes people use big B, being, right? Not any particular being, but being as the source of any particular individual, small b, being. Some other things that I wanted to note about the transcendent. Let's take a look first at the way that your textbook author defines a transcendent. He talks about the transcendent as a reality that transcends or goes beyond natural, everyday human experience. And I think this is a really good definition, except the word natural. I wouldn't use the word natural because it seems to make a false dichotomy or separation between natural and supernatural worlds. And I don't think that's really the best way to talk about the transcendent. It's not something that is foreign to or completely outside ordinary human experience. But if we take that word natural out, I really like this definition, that which transcends or goes beyond everyday human experience. That's a good definition because that's how the transcendent works in several ways. First of all, it goes beyond the everyday human experience because the transcendent is beyond perception through the five basic senses. I'm not talking about anything you can touch, taste, smell, hear, or feel. See, sorry, that's the good one there, see. Furthermore, we can talk about the transcendent as something that takes us beyond the common perception of ourselves as a separate individual, right? When we see ourselves as in juxtaposition to the rest of the world, we say, this is me, and this is not me, right? The transcendent can take us beyond that and help us see ourselves as part of something greater. And finally, number 3, which is cut off by my talking head bubble there, but the transcendent shouldn't be thought about as something that's external to the everyday reality, right? As if you look at my little head bubble here, as if this would be the ordinary everyday world, and then the transcendent would be, what's outside of it, and I can't really get from here to there. They're two separate worlds. That's not the way it works. No, the transcendent can take us beyond because it's in, right? You have to be in something to travel beyond it, right? To transcend it, right? So it's something that's present in, through, and beyond our everyday experience. And this is, again, sometimes I think that our textbook author underemphasizes this aspect of the transcendent, while the faith traditions and people's personal experience of the transcendent seems to make it clear that it's not something completely outside or something that's in juxtaposition or separate from our everyday experience, but it can take us beyond it. So when we're looking at the transcendent, remember, we're not talking about a gross reality, right? And by gross, I don't mean something that disgusts us. I just mean a gross as something that can be perceived through the five basic senses. Something that can be seen, heard, smell, tasted, or felt. Number 2, it's experienced through subjective, subtle states. right? People experience the transcendent through feelings, ideas, and intuitions. So because it's not a gross reality, it can't be proven or disproven through the scientific method, right? Science can't prove or disprove the existence of the transcendent because science focuses on objective, repeated common observation, right? If we can do an experiment and get the same result from different people at different times, right? If we can repeat that result, then we can consider something a sound scientific theory, or we might loosely use the word a scientific fact. But we can't do that with the transcendent. It doesn't work like that, right? These states are more like they're sensed internally, we might say, so that people might have these experiences at different times, right, and in different ways. So it's not something that can be demonstrated objectively.